So I'm being guided to speak about perception. The world, living in this world, growing up in this world, the world will try to teach you to perceive things in an upside down framework. And what I mean by that, specifically for this message today, because it applies to a lot of things, but specifically for this message today, is people who are genuine, people who are healed, people who are coming into your life from a place of genuine divine love are often perceived, because it's the way the world is taught, as not smart, gullible, dumb. The upside down framework, the upside down perspective. When someone comes into your world with a genuine light of divine love, just because they don't acknowledge your faults doesn't mean they're not praying for your healing. Just because they stay around and they're still showering you with their love, because it's divine, it's unconditional, and they don't abuse you by throwing up your faults in your face, doesn't mean they don't see it. Even when you subliminally attack them, do things, say things that is to try to dim them, they love you despite it. They pray for your healing, they pray for your guidance, and they still show up and they still be there. But unfortunately, a lot of individuals, because of this upside down framework, when they see that, they take this person as a joke. They think that this person with this divine love is stupid. They look at it as a weakness, like they can't see what's right in front of them, when honestly, they do. They saw it the whole time, but they loved you despite it. They didn't throw it in your face because they didn't want to hurt you. Now, real ones, like myself, might have said certain things and tried to say it in the nicest way possible to help and correct you, because anyone that really loves you is not going to just let you show your tail and embarrass yourself. They're going to want what's best for your spirit. So they will try to nicely, as best as possible, guide you to what is right. But if you find one of these people who are not fully healed, because we all have our path, because I'm thinking about myself, walk through the fire. It's times that I should have spoke up and I didn't speak up because I knew how brutally honest I am. And I knew, even though my words come from a place of straight love, that they get taken out of context because people would be so on defense about what I have to say instead of actually getting the message that I'm trying to give them. So that's why during my healing journey, I stopped. It became more rare for me to confront directly, my loved one and say, look, I peeped at you doing this, doing that. It stems from this issue here in your childhood. You need to heal. I stopped. And instead, it's not like I still wasn't trying to check it, but the way I chose to check it was through prayer. I went straight to our Creator with it because I saw that if I use my mouth, I might have the opposite reaction that I actually want, because I want growth for the people I love, and I love everyone, even people I don't know. So those closest to me, I want what's best for them. Now, once you get to a certain place in your healing, that does mean that these individuals, these divine individuals walking in our Creator's love light, will excuse themselves from the situation, because if they've been praying, they might have even went on and been honest, even if it was brutal, but the nicest way they could, because believe me, they think about it. They try to get it to come out as nice as possible. They check themselves. They try to get it to come out as nice as possible, even if it wasn't perceived that way when you heard it. They will excuse themselves if they, despite the prayer, despite what they've said, despite trying to model the correct way, you're still oozing your trauma in the energy around them. They're going to excuse themselves from the situation. And see, this is where the change really comes, because individuals like that, their energy, they're radiating the energy, the divine energy of love from our Creator. So when they excuse themselves from a situation, from a person, from a community, from an environment, it's felt. People don't always have words to feel it, but it's felt. Okay. So that's when the prayers get answered. All the things they prayed for when it comes to their loved ones, to do this healing, to fix these errors that cause them to try to put down people they should love. But they, when you walk in that divine light, you see the trauma behind it. So you also are working in the mercy of the divine. Yeah, it looks to others, it's perceived as others, like you let people play in your face way too much, which means you must be dumb, you must be stupid because of the upside down framework. When no, we operate in divine love, which means we operate in divine mercy. But we also operate in divine prayer. And prayers being answered to some individuals could look harsh when it's really the love and correction of our Most High Creator. Because He is going to guide you one way or another to do the self-healing work that is required. Meaning going back to those places of trauma from your childhood and finally viewing them in the way that you should, with the wisdom that you have now, and healing from it. And that really shows you the blessing in your trauma. It flips the script. It alchemizes the trauma. Once you go back with wisdom, you can see the blessing in all the so-called traumatic events that you've been through. But back to the message, the main message, the upside down framework. It is like setting yourself up for failure. Looking at these divine individuals, these chosen ones. The Most High is faithful. Like they're ignorant, like they're stupid, like they're gullible. And that was all your perspective. Being mad at these people like you felt they were wearing a mask, pretending to, they never said they was that. They were never wearing a mask. That's just how your brain interpreted it. That's how you chose to see them because of what the world had taught you. what you saw in front of you, instead of perceiving it as love that's real, unconditional, it's divine. Remember, the real definition of love is unconditional. It doesn't have conditions. Instead of you seeing them staying as mercy and love, understanding, compassion despite your faults, you played in their face thinking they were stupid and ran with it. That is a setup, because all it does is earn you the divine justice that you're going to end up getting. But here's the beauty in that. Once again, that divine justice is what's going to cause you to heal. It's a whole circle. But please stop playing in these people's face. If anyone that really walked and operated in divine love and divine mercy was in your space, or is currently still in your space, treat them right. Don't look at them as dumb, because you're setting yourself up. That's the situation of fuck around and find out. I'm just trying to help some people because, like I said in my message yesterday, 2 ways to learn. You can listen and comprehend and apply that to your life, or you can fuck around and find out. Both ways lead to healing. Both ways are blessings. Which way? The divine already knows which way you're going to choose to go, but it's still your choice. That's the message.